Online all the time. SouthernFM.com.au.
Well, here we are again. It's Thursday.
Indeed, it is Thursday, Alex.
Welcome back to the chair.
Thank you so much. Yes, where was I last week?
Apollo Bay.
Apollo Bay, that's right, yes. I was. Do you know the weather in Apollo Bay is terrible?
Is it?
Every time I've been there, it's been awful.
Oh,
anyway,
that's no good.
But be that as it may, it's a very, very special day today.
It is a special day. We have a studio guest.
We do.
And we have a lady called Julie Malherbe, and she's from JABS, Joey and Bat Sanctuary. Hello.
Thank you for having me, Alex. Thank you for having me, David.
Oh, thank you so much, Julie. It's so lovely to have you. I wish this was television, because you would see such a happy, smiling face here that you can't help but smile yourself when you're with her. It's really true. Julie, welcome to the microphones of Southern FM. It is really lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Just come in a little bit closer there where you want to put it. There, that's the shot. That's the shot. There you go. Because you're a very soft voice.
Oh, many wouldn't disagree.
Julie, tell us a bat sanctuary. This is something that people will probably go, what? What's a bat sanctuary? Tell us all about it.
Well, I'm a combined Joey and bat sanctuary. So I look after baby kangaroos, baby possums, anything that can be called a Joey, like a wombat. And I also do flying foxes and microbats. So
now, these are little animals that have lost their parents.
Yes.
Or their mum.
Indeed, they have. Yeah. Through to vehicle strikes, caught in netting for our flying foxes, or heat stress events, found in people's backyards, cat attacks, and that. So they're all little orphans, and I become their mum.
Oh,
well, now the question is, does a wildlife carer get paid?
No, we don't. We're all invested in it for the love of it.
Right.
We would love to be paid for the hours that we do.
Well, it's another question. It's an offshoot to question one that I wondered, how many hours do you actually put in? Because when I've actually been there and I've seen it, and they cling to you like their mum, but it must take a lot of time.
It does. It is a 24/7 job.
Yeah.
Very seldom get an opportunity to come out.
Yeah.
So
well, we're lucky to have you.
This is like an outing for me. It was like, oh, do I need to pack a picnic basket? But yes, it is 24/7, and you do have to have a really good support group.
Yes.
You know, people that understand that this is your passion. You do find that a lot of your normal friends forget that you can't just pack up and leave. It's like having newborn children, but many of them.
Yes, you mentioned bats and mini bats.
Microbats. Yes.
What's a microbat?
Microbats are your little ones that eat the insects. So when you're out having a barbecue in the evening and you don't want to burn anything to keep the mozzies away, know that the microbats are doing that for you. They're keeping the mosquitoes.
Are these the ones that would perhaps live in caves and come out at night?
Come out at night, and they also love underneath the bark and in hollows and good root. You can make a bat box.
Right.
You can give them a habitat and encourage them into your gardens too.
There's a popular conception that bats are blind. Is this true?
No.
But people believe they are.
They do believe they are, because they echolocate. The little microbats echolocate, and they're at night, so therefore they have to be blind. They've got extremely good eyesight.
Right.
Very, very good eyesight. And the same with our mega bats, the flying foxes. They've also got extremely good eyesight, and they don't live in caves.
No, they don't. They hang around. We've got a big fig tree in the backyard.
Oh, they're so lucky.
They're not quite ready yet, but we know when the bats are there because they will fight and squabble.
Yes.
At about 9:30, 10 o'clock when it's dark, they start flying in, and they come in, and it's so graceful. But the moment we wander out and get anywhere, they're gone.
They're gone.
Well, they're very shy.
They very cautious and very shy.
Yeah.
Well, I would be a bit scared of Alex if he came into the garden at 9 o'clock.
Don't be so rude. Now,
Alex, thank you for sharing, though. Without netting your trees, because netting is a big killer for our flying
netting is
foxes.
shocking. We go for a walk every day and see quite often netted trees, but the fruit just rots there. They don't
Down at the bottom.
It's ridiculous.
Might as well
Why? Just let them. Yeah. But how many have you got in care now? You would have perhaps picked up a few.
No, touch wood. We're quiet now. We're
Oh,
quiet.
that's good.
We've got 3 little joeys.
I thought with the heat situation.
We did pick up 3 bats from
Right.
the heat stress event,
Yeah.
but this is one of the quietest periods that I've had.
Right.
So only 3 kangaroos, 6 little bats, and 4 little possums.
Right.
So hopefully that will stay like that for a while. But a lot of other shelters are just as busy, and taking in more and more because there've been the fires
of course.
across the state as well.
When you see these bushfires and you see animals running away from the fire, I wonder what happens to them,
It's really, really traumatic for everybody on the ground with that. The animals that come into care, they're very lucky to have the specialised carers that are out there that have done the fires, and it's awful to say that they're needed.
How many animals could you cater for at one time?
I'm a very small sanctuary.
Right.
I would love to be able to do many more than what I do currently, but for joeys I can go up to 22.
Wow.
Because I only take to a certain size, and then they go to what I call kinder, so they learn from there and then go to prep to be released. I do the little ones that don't need a lot of space to bounce around in because it's not fair.
And they do bounce around, I tell you. Oh my goodness gracious me! Was it Raisin? Oh, no, not Raisin.
Imogen.
Sam was bouncing around.
Yes.
He's
graduated.
Has he?
He's graduated, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
They're so cute, and they were just clinging onto my finger. It was just wonderful. Now, okay, so you're not paid, and it's self-funded. Does government assist at all?
We are, as shelters, allowed to apply for a grant.
Yeah.
It's a $2,000 grant, and we can apply for that every year.
$2,000?
Yes.
Not much, is it?
No.
God, that's pathetic.
We look at it and go, well, it's $2,000 that we wouldn't have, but we don't always get the full amount of $2,000.
Really?
No.
And we just heard on the news, did we not, that $440 million has been apparently squandered. They should have given it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on that you just shake your heads, but $2,000 is a drop in the bucket, I imagine.
It is.
Now, there's a formula that you give the little joeys.
Yes.
Wambaroo.
Yep.
Now,
Australian made, Australian owned.
Well, with a name like that, it has to be. But just tell us a little bit. What is that? Is it based on a milk formula or what?
It is a milk formula. The gentleman who started it all, Gordon, he has worked very closely with wildlife carers and other sources, I suppose, to find out what is best to match the mum's milk in the wild. So a whole range of milk is provided by them. So I use Wambaroo throughout, from my kangaroos right through to my microbats.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they manufacture for the wide range. It's costly, but it's well worth it when you look at the health of the baby.
How much does it cost?
I've just bought 10 kilos for $232.
Whoa.
Okay, question that has to be asked. If a member of the public comes across an animal in distress, someone caught in a net or a kangaroo that might have been hit and there's a joey still in the pouch, what do they do?
Please make the important call. If it is safe to do so, pull over, see if, check it if you can, if the animal is deceased. If the animal isn't, just pull over, make the call. If you can wait, we really would appreciate it because it helps the rescuers know that someone is there.
There is a number to call?
There is.
Would you like to give us that number? See, now I caught her out.
You've caught me out.
While you look at that, no.
I should know it, but I never dial this.
No, you probably don't.
Here we go.
The number for any animal in distress
Is, I will tell you, say it, Julie.
0417
Yep.
0417
506
506
941.
941. Excellent.
Beautiful.
And that'll bring some help, no doubt.
Yes,
Indeed
it
it
will.
will.
And if you do come across a possum or something that you can safely pick up and contain, it would be brilliant if you could drop it off to your nearest vet. It is free to hand in wildlife.
Right.
Please do not touch any flying foxes or microbats.
Yes, now that's the other thing.
Yes.
They could have a virus? Or?
Yes, they could. It's lyssavirus.
And you're vaccinated?
I am vaccinated, yes.
Right.
Any carer that is dealing with rescuing or caring of any bats has
Right.
to be lyssavirus vaccinated.
Right.
There is a very, very small percentage here in Victoria of bats that possibly might have it.
Yeah.
And
So-
what is the illness that they have?
Lyssavirus. It's like
Oh,
rabies.
right.
It's
Like rabies.
Like rabies.
Yes.
But we have the one policy: don't touch.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Just make the call. Make
Yeah.
the call to a rescue group.
Now,
Right.
some people see bats as pests or flying foxes as pests or whatever. Are they important to the environment?
They're extremely important to the environment.
Enlighten us.
All right. Well, your little microbats, they help keep the insect populations down.
Yes.
So you're not going to have pests harming your crops if you have your microbats around. They also help in a small way with pollination.
Right.
But our megabats are your great pollinators.
Oh, yes.
No flying fox, you'll have no trees. And then if you don't have the trees, you're not going to have the koalas.
Yep.
And sadly, development is...
Or air.
Exactly.
Yeah, or air. Development is
So they are
cutting them down.
important to-
They are extremely important. Just as people would say that, we're important. No, we're not. If we didn't have the microbats, the bees, and the flying foxes, we certainly wouldn't be around. Nature would return very quickly without us.
Yeah. Now, no major funding for rescue groups.
No.
How do they survive? How is it?
We survive on the kindness of the public.
So donations and things
Yes,
like that?
donations. The Wildlife Rescue Group that I'm with, the Wildlife Rescuers Inc., we are able to give you a tax refundable receipt should you
good.
donate to us.
So you are tax...
Yes.
that's
My
good.
shelter sadly is not.
No.
I'm too small to
Yeah, that's
be a
right.
charity, so I rely on the kindness of people who accept that.
Yeah.
That they're not going to get a little tax receipt.
Mm.
We have other ways that people can help us is, fruit drop-offs.
Yeah.
Garden services that are trimming back trees. Bring us your leaves. Obviously we can't all take huge branches,
No.
but the big shelters, when they're feeding lots of possums and that, take your eucalyptus trimmings to them.
I think I was told to, if I go up to Olinda, I should take flowering gums.
Yes, take flowering gum. They would love you for it. And also, just little things like get your scout groups to do a cake sale.
Yes.
Collect old towels.
Yeah.
Every rescue group is always in the need of towels.
Well, I
And-
remember
Yes.
seeing Raisin and the other Imogen.
Yes.
They were in little makeshift pouches of
Flannelette sheets.
flannelette sheets. And I thought, it's so cute. And they were all warm, snuggled up and
Just sweet.
lovely.
So if you are a sewer, sew some pouches. It's
Well, there. Yeah.
So you rely mainly on the community for donations, etc.
Yes, we do.
Well, I'll make a little pledge to you right now, Julie, if I may. I'm an entertainer. I'm a magician,
Ooh.
and I will offer my services in a fundraising way to your sanctuary.
Thank you.
And if we can put a little show together and sell some tickets or something like that, let's talk.
That would be fantastic. Thank you, David.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
Well, you can swap numbers and all that. And he's out your way. I mean, when I say Warren died, isn't it?
In Warrandyte, yes.
Yes. So not far from us. And
No, not at all.
No, well, we didn't say even where you were. It's in Ivanhoe?
Heidelberg Heights.
Heidelberg Heights.
Yeah.
I always get confused with why do I get confused with
Because they're
Ivanhoe?
very close.
They're very,
Are they?
very close.
Oh, right.
A station apart.
Well, I was born in Eltham North. So, but it was
Well, that's in that area.
It was the bush in those days.
Gosh.
It was the bush. It was
I'm living
It's not the
that-
bush now.
no,
No.
no, it's not.
The hot weather must have been absolutely awful for the bats, and
It's been awful for everything. We get a lot of heat-stressed animals. Bats struggle if they've got no underbrush to go into, and if the canopies have been cut, they've got nowhere to go. They're in the shade. In the sun. They've got no shade. We've got the possums whose trees are so trimmed that their drays are exposed, so they get hot and bothered, and they come out onto the roads and end up being run over. And birds that they again struggle to find shade.
Well, talking of birds, we noticed in our garden, I think it was yesterday, one of the very, very hot days, a lot of birds walking around with their beaks open.
That's the only way that they can try and cool down.
Yeah, and I thought, blow it. No, I went in and I put the sprinkler on. And they were all under it.
Yes, they're not silly.
And they were happy.
Happy as Larry.
Oh, boy, they loved that.
Well, we put out several bowls of
water.
Cool water in shady areas.
Yeah, we do that a lot as well. And in the evenings when you get home from work, and if you've been in the aircon, office and aircon car, just get home and switch your hose on and mist down your trees and your shrubs, because your little blue tongues and everybody else underneath there will be very, very grateful.
Oh, yes.
For a drink.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I took our dog to the vet the other day, and I asked him a question that's always puzzled me about insects. And I said to him, do insects ever get ill?
Yes, they do.
Do they get the flu? Do they get ill? And he said, by my word, they do.
They do. Everything has...
Yeah, they can get viruses. And he said, and when you see a fly that's like a sleeper, it's probably suffering, and it may not be dying of natural causes, but of an illness.
Yes.
And you should kill it if you see one, a sleeper. What he said. So there you are. That's a way out of line from what we're talking about.
But it all relates to how we impact.
It is.
Now, you've got a great website, JABS, and it's www.joeyandbatsanctuary.org.
That's correct.
Right? And you've got a Facebook page too?
Yes, I do.
It's facebook.com//JABS Melbourne. So, look, if you can think you can help in any way, shape or form, $5 here, $10 there, some fruit or something, that number they could call.
Yes,
and
they can.
You can help.
Well,
them.
that is the Wildlife Rescuers Group.
Right. So, but they could look at. You've got a number.
Send a message on
whatever
on Facebook. Just please be aware that any donations are not an entry fee.
No.
We are not open to the public.
No.
But we do appreciate
and
public
the reason
support.
you're not open to the public, I was there with Peter and we were made feel most welcome, but the little ones, the kangaroos, and that get very skittish, don't they?
Yes, they do.
They jump all over the place.
They get a bit scared.
Well, we are a rescue,
movements.
Rehabilitate and release. We are not rescue and keep.
Yeah.
So they do have to be returned to the wild.
Yeah. So if you've got a joey that's injured, obviously you need the services of a vet.
Yes.
Now, do the vets charge you?
It really and truly is up to the individual vet. And it depends on the procedure that is going to be done. So some vets will charge you for an x-ray, others will charge you for the consult and not the x-ray. Some will give you medication at cost price. So working well with vets is what we need to do.
Right.
And a lot of times it's like, well, I'm very blessed. My vets are really, really good with me and my animals, and I've appreciated every year that they've worked with me.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and so we do have to have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's fantastic, and I think we've covered everything that we set out to.
Indeed,
and it's been an absolute delight to have you in the studio to talk about the wonderful work that you do. And I know Dave and I wish you every success going forward.
Thank you. We could go on for hours, but
we could.
That would be.
But Julie, and I will make contact with you.
Thank you.
And we'll discuss what I said.
All right, we're going to go. Thank you, Julie, once again. We're going to go for some messages, and then we'll be right back with the music element of the program.